the match between Futeasy 10 and Zillow.
Yes, thank you very much, Anna. It's a real honour to be here to kick off the eFootball Championship 2026 season. We are moments away from kickoff, Wes, in the console grand final. We're about to send one player to the eFootball World Finals in 2026.
Oh, there's nothing to separate them either. In terms of expectation, there is absolutely nothing to separate these two, but settle in, folks. This is going to be a good one.
Indeed, and they're going at each other straight away. It's Futeasy wants to do his best to score first. Jimenez almost being the one to open the scoring here in the first 5 minutes of the game. He's won himself a corner here, Futeasy. He has really done himself proud in the group stages. He has bested everyone thus far. It will be another corner as well following the opening play here. As for Zillow, he's had dices with death at times in this group. Has to defend the corner early on towards Jimenez. And Futeasy with the Modric strike will force that save. It's really, really nice opening passages of play here by the Brazilian Futeasy. And Zillow, he's well and truly on the ropes. And he's given the ball away, is he, in his own half. Finally, it's cleared.
Sometimes, Harry, you've just got to do the basics. Get it clear of that 18-yard box. Get it clear of the opportunities for your opponent to do damage.
Leao into the box. Pavlovic that time is able to get things away. And now Zillow in that changed strip with the red cursor. Zillow of Poland by way of Glasgow, Scotland. Would be one heck of a week he's had if he's able to win this one.
Tell you what, Godan is an all-timer of esport weeks. Winning an event alongside your brother and then coming to represent AC Milan, it would be a very, very good week in the Zillow household.
It's a big relief as well when you're one of the first competitors to cross the line, book your place at the World Finals. You can put your feet up for the rest of the season. That's what both of these men are challenging and fighting for and tussling for. Futeasy's not giving this one up just yet. There's Pulisic and there's the first goal. He was asking the question time and time again, and the pressure is rewarded. Futeasy is up 1-0 here in the final.
Advantage Brazil. What, and again, we talk about moments and about being cold in those moments. Watch this passage of play again here. If I said to you, Harry, when this ball comes back to Rafa Leao, what are you going to do? You're probably going to spam a shoot button. No. Instead, smart enough to check that right-hand side. The great angler here. Defender gets drawn in, left brilliantly unattended for Futeasy. And it is advantage to him. He's 1 goal ahead already in this console grand final.
Futeasy 1, Zillow 0. He's well and truly woken up in this console final. I think he's about 4 hours behind the time in Milan at this moment, Futeasy, but he is awake, he's alive, he's kicking. And Zillow has been quelled every time he's tried to venture forward. He's been pinned back in his own half in the opening 20 minutes. Perhaps just needs to relax and know the game will come to him here eventually, Wes. And right on cue, Nkunku down that far side. Who can he find in the middle? There's 2 white shirts at the far post. Neither head is on it. And it's cleared away. First real attack of the game there for Ziloooo. Quickly followed by this one. Leao to Nkunku. Jimenez, which way will he go? Tomori sent the wrong way, but he has help, and it's cleared by Futeasy.
Good defensive work there by the Brazilian. And just allowing himself to get turned, but gave him the opportunity to get that additional defender in instead. Got possession of the ball back here.
He's already 1-0 to the good. The man who has won a club event finals previously. Has to defend here though, Pulisic. Super cancel there by Ziloooo into the box, double touch, trying to just make a bit of room for that strike. But beat Uzmakabil on penalties at the 2024 Barcelona club event, did Futeasy. It's been a long time since then. That was in February of 2024, almost 2 years ago. He's through here though. Rafa Leao against Manyan. Took a little bit of time. Might come back to him here. Just rushed the second chance, Wes.
Yeah, it was a fortunate chance, but it was a big chance for Futeasy. Tried the drag back, tried to undo the manual goalkeeping of Ziloooo. We've seen so much of that over the years as it's been watching Ziloooo play at this level. Tried to unseat the manual goalkeeping. Didn't work on that occasion, but able to advance again here for Futeasy.
He's on thin ice, Ziloooo. Can't afford to concede another with half-time on the horizon. Santiago Jimenez for him. Manages to get it around the corner to Leao, but it's been a difficult game in the first half here for Ziloooo. Futeasy with, again, just sensing that half-time approaching, just wants to maintain possession here, probably thinking whereas about the last attack of the half. But instead we'll try and go centrally. See how many minutes are added on here. The ball stayed in play a decent amount of time, so only 1 minute remaining here. Futeasy 1, Ziloooo 0. And Jimenez, he's venturing forward. Could be a second goal here at the end of the first half. As Leao was waiting, the ball does not reach him, and the first half of our grand finals ends. Futeasy 1, Ziloooo 0.
It's been tight, it's been cagey, it's been everything we would expect it to be from a console grand final between these two. Again, margins were very fine in that group stage game where Futeasy came out with a 2-1 victory.
If memory serves, Ziloooo went ahead in that game, and it was Futeasy who brought it back. So Ziloooo may be hoping for a mirror image maybe in this grand final, as we're just perusing some of the tactics here at half-time. Would we expect maybe any changes from either side?
Well, I think for Ziloooo, I think he's got to look at it, because the interesting stat line there was no shots at all from Ziloooo. Certainly going to have to change that one.
It's uncharacteristic from the 19-year-old Pole who kicks us off here in the second half. He is in the all-white AC Milan strip. The black and red for Futeasy, who, as things stand, would be crowned the AC Milan Club Event Champion for eFootball console. Ziloooo though, starting to build now. He knows he has to chase this game. He would have been looking at that number 0 next to the shots in the first half, and that would have angered him. He knows he has to test the goalkeeper here. Really nice build up through the middle. Rabiot into the feet of Jimenez. Just trying to win a duel somewhere. Really patient here from Ziloooo, but Fasil is able to win the ball back, and the referee's brought this one back for a late challenge. A yellow card shown.
Yeah, a little bit of desperation from Ziloooo there, just trying to get that ball back in transition. A little bit late to get in there, and she's picked up a booking as a result, and plays right into the hands of Futeasy, because like you said, he can sit back, keep the ball, he can just starve the game out if he really wanted to, but Knowing the Brazilians' flair, he'll want to finish with a flourish.
Bruno Mota da Silva, 24 years old, our America's winner. A Brazilian champion in the past as well. Is about to go 2-0 up. He is 2 goals clear of his finals opponent, Ziloooo. And are we seeing Futeasy with 1 foot in the eFootball Championship finals next summer?
It's a very big step towards that goal. Again, sometimes when you are in these scenarios, when you're 1-0 ahead, you could sometimes almost bait your opponent onto just giving you too much time, giving you too much rhythm, allowing you to build up. They just picked the right moment. Even with the manual goalkeeping shift from Ziloooo, wasn't enough to stop that strike from layout. Futeasy, 2 goals to 0 ahead with, by my reckoning, around about 60 in-game minutes on the clock. And you can see their confirmation, 58th minute. It is going to need something massive from Ziloooo.
Indeed it will, and it doesn't seem to be coming his way. This is somewhat uncharted territory for Futeasy in this competition. We'll see if Ziloooo can make something happen from this attack. Before I bring up the pass, and well, he does so! It's a thunderbolt from the out. And Ziloooo just reminding us, first of all, that I shouldn't tell anecdotes about players, but second of all, that he's still alive here in this final.
Sometimes, Harry, as we said, it is sticking to the basics. See it again here. He has all the time in the world to take this strike. And sometimes it's just taking what the game presents to you. What position do you get into? What do you need to execute in that moment? You see there, he's got all the time in the world to pick his spot and to drive that one at the goalkeeper. And now comes an interesting little chess game between these two.
I was about to say Futeasy is not used to plain sailing in the 2022 eFootball Championship. He was the winner of the Open. He beat Saif Al-Hakka on penalties in the final. And in that club event that we mentioned earlier, the 2024 Barcelona club event, he went all the way to penalties with Uz Maccabil, winning 5-4 on penalties then. Clearly a glutton for punishment, Futeasy, as he's conceded and made this last 25 in-game minutes a little bit more nervy than he would have liked.
Certainly touchy at this point, but might have an opportunity here to get past the defender. He can't. But you're quite right. He's made a real rod for his own back here.
Can Ziloooo grow in confidence and really ask questions of the defence here, as there's a nice turn, is there? Futeasy just surviving here. Ziloooo really starting to find his footing and find his form here in the final. Futeasy just pinned back in his own half. Leao there trying to be a cat amongst pigeons. 15 minutes left, plus stoppages. As it stands, Futeasy would be our champion. But Ziloooo does not want to go quietly. Here comes Futeasy, trying to find, oh, that's risky. Leao waiting and lurking. Strong challenge will just delay the inevitable possession here of Ziloooo.
And with that clock ticking down, he's going to have to go to the well and find something here, Ziloooo, if he wants any shout of being in, taking this into the deep waters.
Rabiot, Rafa Leao, nice footwork, just waiting for him to pull the trigger. Might get a second chance here, but there's just a bit of indecisiveness, you feel, maybe, Wes, of Ziloooo in the final third.
Yeah, there was an opportunity there to play it down to Nkunku. Didn't utilise it. There is a pause in here, which means that we've got a little bit of something to maybe mull over here.
Yeah, we're no doubt going to see maybe caution thrown to the wind here for Ziloooo because he is trailing. We're in the latter stages of the match. We'll no doubt see him go for glory.
I think so. I think we'll look at it, and I think there's certainly those changes in shape that are available to him. Certainly looks to be pushing out his defenders, coming out a little bit more from the back, but see what he's up against.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's a great wall.
I was going to say, Futeasy has took out all the cement, put all the bricks together and gone, right, how do you want to try and get past me?
Best of luck to you. We are going to see some stalwart defending from Futeasy. It's not pretty, but there's an art to it, you could argue, Wes. There is an art to defending like that.
Very much the dark arts, as it is, Harry. Yeah, you're quite right. You just want to make it as hard for your opponent as possible, especially when you know you are minutes or in-game minutes away from making and booking your ticket to a world final to represent AC Milan. But we've seen it before, though. You go defensive too early, or you go too defensive, you leave yourself open to players being able to really perform.
Let's see if Ziloooo can put on that performance. It's been a really gritty affair here in the grand final of our first club event finals of the season. And we're in for a blockbuster finish. Ziloooo's won the ball back. That's a really nice double touch, but the shot is blocked. No recycle opportunity either. There will be a corner. Who's the target? Looks like towards Jimenez. Can't win that header, but there is no way out here for Futeasy. He is defending for his life. Full blue in the bottom right, fully defensive. Ziloooo still unbalanced, which is very interesting indeed. Perhaps not wanting to leave himself susceptible. Salimakers back to Ricci. Just going to be patient here. 89th minute, now 90th. That's a really nice cutting through the lines. Is Jimenez there for the header? It's a 90th minute equaliser. Ziloooo trusted his patience, Wes. And it's now Futeasy 2, Ziloooo 2.
Ziloooo just whipped out the bulldozer and drove a truck right through that great wall that was built by Futeasy 10. You saw the patience, you saw the work down that channel. It's a wonderful ball. And Jimenez again. Wonderful leap from him. Right when he needed him. Ziloooo goes back to the well, back to the player that has dealt with him so well throughout these club finals so far. And we're now staring down the barrel of potentially extra time here, Harry. But interestingly, and this is my point for Futeasy, you've now gone that defensive. How do you break out that shell?
We'll see the goal again here that keeps Ziloooo's dream alive for the Wonder Week. We'll put it that way. It could be, as you mentioned, an all-timer. Having won a competition last weekend for Poland, a real underdog story alongside his brother in the 2 versus 2 format. Here he is in 1 versus 1 against one of the best players in Brazil, Futeasy, coming back to equalise in the 90th minute. Cinderella stuff, it's fairy tale stuff.
It is, especially when you saw how close it was to going the other way. You saw how close it was for Ziloooo to potentially, game ticks over. We've seen goalkeepers come up with incredible saves, last-minute drama, all of those things. Instead, he found the right player, right place, right time. That is a skill that it's almost an intangible. Like, we speak about the items on the pitch, we speak about the things in the game, but there's intangibles like mentality, personality, perseverance, patience, all of those things that wrap themselves up into what is an eFootball player. Certainly, Ziloooo showcased all of those and then some with that last-minute equaliser.
full trust in his own ability, our Europe and Africa regional winner. That is going to set us up really nicely for more action still to come. And our youngest console player in the finals, by the way, just
throwing that in there,
full of experience, 19 years of age, and he has pulled out something miraculous to keep his dream of representing AC Milan alive. Ziloooo, take a bow as we enter the latter stages of the 90 minutes here. 4 minutes added on, so maybe one last attack here for either player in our final.
Maybe. Could there be even more drama? Ball goes long down the field, but I feel like we might be steering ourselves towards extra time, which again, if you've already spurned all of your substitutes, that in itself is a problem, because you can't put fresh legs on, you're not able to reinvent your team, but there's still time on the clock here, but negotiate back to the goalkeeper. We are heading for extra time.
Certainly does look that way, doesn't it? Full-time whistle. Ziloooo 2, Futeasy 2. Thanks to a 90th minute equaliser by Ziloooo, we are heading towards extra time. Wow, I mean, what an incredible 90 minutes we saw. It's only fitting in our first club event finals of the season, Wes, that we get ourselves a grandstand finish between two great competitors who've been fighting all day long. Yeah,
I mean, in the group stage, it was a late goal that was the undoing of Ziloooo. Now it is the lifeline, if you will, of Ziloooo, is that he's able to get himself now into an extra time period. Again, what does that do to the psyche of Futeasy? Again, you're on the hill, you're near enough there, and with 8 minutes to go, you bank on, we jokingly said about building a wall, you've jokingly parked the bus, but then someone has just came along and just said, nope, not going to happen, not on my watch. And now you've got to come out of that mentality. You've also got to maybe put to bed the idea that you had this game sewn up. You very quickly you're going to have to readjust, and maybe a mental timeout. Even if you're making a pause that isn't quite a pause for game plan reasons, just having a minute just to compose yourself.
Well, perhaps that's what they're doing here, as 2 minutes of, or I should say 2 15-minute periods of extra time wait us after the conclusion of the stoppage at full time. And then if they're tied at the end of those 2 periods, Wes, we'll see a penalty shootout, which Futeasy is no stranger to at all. Mentioned before, in 2024, beating us Maccabeal 5-4 on penalties. It was as close as you like there. Neither men were prepared to flinch or relinquish anything. No doubt we'll see that again if it gets there, but we're now underway. Extra time between Futeasy and Ziloooo. Who will become the champion? Has to be one of the two. Futeasy with some nice footwork attacking his right-hand goal in the first period of extra time.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive first period here between these two.
Oh, Futeasy with a first chance! And the Brazilian scores first! It's the man who came from the depth of the benches, the 19-year-old Dutchman. Futeasy will be singing his praises if he is able to see out this result.
Yeah, who might become his most famous Dutchman in Brazil after this one, because it's another massive goal from Valentien, I think we went with in the end, Valentien, but again, it's a massive goal for Futeasy. Again, you've come out the traps, you've certainly looks like he's reset himself here.
Do we set up the wall again? That's what I'm wondering now. He's got himself another goal.
In the same way that we mentioned about Ziloooo when he made those changes in the first game that we saw way back in the early parts of today's broadcast. Made changes and then conceded 2 goals. Maybe he might learn his mistake here, Futeasy. Maybe just go, well, Yeah, well, I might just stick to my own game plan here. Instead of playing the occasion, I'm just going to play my natural game. I think sometimes you can get a little bit sucked into it with eFootball, is that you play the result that's in front of you and you're playing the player in front of you rather than playing just your natural game.
Well, there's confirmation. Futeasy scoring the first goal in extra time. If it's the only goal, he will be the champion. It's as simple as that. What can Zillow do here? That is an eternal question. It's a cross from far away down the wing, can't find any of his teammates. And just like that, we're about 5 minutes away from the end of the first period. He's going to have to dig deep here, Zillow. He's had to before, but he'll have to even still.
Yeah, I mean, this would be epic powers of recovery if he can somehow muster another equaliser.
He'll have possession here towards the end of the first period. Salamakers has been instrumental in this attack, and Leao's in the box. Salamakers is here as well, just trying to get past Pavlovic, but nothing doing. And the first period will end thanks to that early goal. Futeasy is 15 in-game minutes away from being our champion.
He's been here before. He's been here before in regulation. He's got to learn those mistakes very quickly of what was his undoing, because Zillow will try and come again here, and if there's anything we know about in football, there is always one more opportunity, there is always one more option, there's always one more idea that these players can really go to.
Nice 1-2 here in the final. Zillow needs a goal. And Kunku. This is Futeasy on the ball. And the ball is trying to be forced over into the corner, exactly where you don't want it to be if you're a fan of Zillow. Over on the far side. 3-4 white shirts to aim for in the box if there's a cross to come. Really nice defensive work by Futeasy. Forcing Zillow all the way back. We saw a 90th minute goal just to force us to this point. Has Zillow got anything left in the tank here?
It's unfortunate his own players got in the way there.
Yeah, that's a really big shame, because that will surrender possession over, or will it? I think that was Tamori stealing the ball back. Nice switch of the play as well. The touch is really heavy. It's a strong challenge. Oh, and that's a big mistake, but wow, that is very fortunate to have collided with the player. The referee has had a big question asked of him. Clearly says ball and man, no problem there, and I think we are just moments away, are we, from crowning the Milan champion? It is going to be a Brazilian club event finals winner. It is going to be Futeasy 10. Champion of AC Milan, he bests the 19-year-old Zillow 3-2 in what was a marathon of drama and ups and downs. But Wes, the day belongs to Bruno Mota da Silva, a Brazilian champion and now a Milan champion as well.
Yeah, I think on paper, I think given what we can look back on, undefeated for the day was a fitting champion for AC Milan to have represent them.
Yeah, we can look back over some of the goals that we saw in that really long final. Took just 15 minutes for Futeasy to stamp his authority over Zillow. It was a really back and forth affair. It took extra time to separate them in the end. But credit to Zillow, he never gave up. even when he was 2-0 down, only had 30 minutes to work with, thanks to that Liao goal for Futeasy. But he brought it back, forced the extra time, thanks to the goals we'll see in a minute. It's a long season, isn't it, Wes? We'll no doubt be seeing Ziloooo again.
Oh, without doubt, I would assume that we will see him both in those club regional qualifiers for future club finals, and I would argue, would suggest probably to these club final events as well. Again, a real credit to, I would say, the European region. Of course, we know how valuable he is to Poland as a nation, but in terms of the European region, certainly saw how much love came out for him for that national success alongside of his brother. But again, just mentality monster. He just couldn't quite finish the job.
And there was that goal, that header at the front post, that forced extra time, but 5 minutes in, not even that, 4 minutes. There is the goal that crowned Futeasy the champion. My maths and time zone knowledge is correct. It's around about midday in Brazil at this moment in time, so perhaps a celebratory lunch on the card for Futeasy, but there's confirmation. It is Futeasy 10, your console champion of AC Milan. What a final. Congratulations to him.